Hey guys, my name is Vlad. I'm 23 years old, been riding for about 12 years now, and ever since I started riding I've only got used parts, pretty much never got anything new. So
2,000,000 words, they're all made with lead. I bought a megaphone to use inside your home.
12 years later, 24 years old, finally allowed myself to dish out some money on a whole new setup. I'll be unboxing this for you guys and kind of sharing my thoughts and impressions. I haven't had any of these parts before, but it's just what looked good to me. It's the kind of colors I liked. Most of these parts are Ethic, so I really like that brand since I was small, but couldn't afford it. Anyways, I got this from the Vault Pro Scooters, the whole complete, and I'm excited to see it finally. I'll be putting it together. This packaging already looks super sick. Alright, so this is the Ethic Volcane deck, and there is a boxed version and a rounded off version. I got the boxed version so I can lock in the grinds. It'll be way better on boxes and rails. And this is a really nice matte color. It is 5 inches wide and 22 inches long. It's not too long or wide, but it's not too short. So a good hybrid for both. Alright, these are probably something I'm most stoked about. They're fully titanium bars with a blue wrap design around them. I'm just kidding. That's just the packaging. But these are also from the Vault. They're house brand. Dude, that is rad. Can you get a close-up of the laser etching? Super sick. And these are about 1.5 pounds versus regular bars, which are like 3 pounds. So they're gonna add a lot of style to the scooter and super lightweight. What's next? We've got... Alright, I think we're gonna start with the grip tape. I am unsponsored, and that's the grip tape I got just to represent all those riders out there that just never made it, you know? We're gonna have our wheels, so also Ethic. These are 12 STD wheels, which means that the axle is much bigger than a regular scooter wheel, and the bearing itself. And you have to make sure with these wheels that you get a compatible fork and deck. They're wider as well, so 30 millimeters instead of the standard 24. These are meant for street riding, and they're gonna have a lot more grip. Next up, we have an Ethic Nemesis fork. So this is a fork that's specifically made for these wheels. Also, since it's made by the same company as the deck, they should go together very well. And I'll be using an SCS compression system with a threaded star nut in here. The other thing that I have is the tilt SCS that I mentioned before. That's one part I'm going to be reusing just to keep my integrity. This costed me like $65 6 years ago. Get one of these. We have an Ethic headset. So this is pretty standard, but it's going to match the deck and the fork. And the reviews were awesome on it. Should spin very well. Nothing much to this. We'll move on to the grips. So these are also Ethic, and I really wanted to go with this gum color. So we have a all black setup with silver and gum on the bars. So these have shock absorbing rubber versus the standard ODIs. The rubber is just thicker in general. Very happy with the looks, mostly how this all kind of goes together, flows. I'm excited to start putting it together. I will be showing you guys that. So for everything, I paid $460. I think that is very reasonable. I was trying to stay under 500 bucks. But I got my tools with me now. I will be putting this together. And I'm going to start with the back wheel, something I always start with. So these spacers make life a lot easier because it already has these smoothed out cutouts so that the wheel can be guided in there easily. Just like that. There we go. Perfect, got the axle through. So these guys right here, they actually prevent you from grinding through the deck, and they also help to lock in on grinds. It makes the deck more boxed. Trying not to over tighten it, but at the same time, gotta get rid of that noise. So that sounds great. Okay, no more wobble, so that will be very dialed. We will move on to the front wheel. Slide that wheel in. There we go. So we're going to tighten it. And that spacer in between the bearings is what will keep you from over tightening it. Next up, we're going to take off the star nut and start installing the headset. Comes with the fork race. You want to make sure you have that installed on the bottom of the scooter. And then you have your bottom bearing. They do come pre-greased, so you don't have to worry about greasing it. Now goes the top bearing, the top fork race, and then we have the headset cover. I'll then use my old Tilt SES star nut, bolt. These are always 5 millimeters. You want to kind of get a general alignment. And so that right there is going to be compressing the headset. You want to make sure you get it tight enough, but not so tight that it doesn't spin well. So right now it spins fine and it's not making any noise. So next up is putting the bars in. We're going to need to stretch the SES. So I'll need to get a penny. All right, so you want to take the top bolt out and thread it in backwards. And then you block it with a penny. Get the SES stretched out. We do have the SES stretched out with the penny, and we're gonna slide the bars in. Once you have the bars generally aligned with the SES, you can unthread the stretch bolt. Okay, so I feel like I have it aligned. I'm gonna go ahead and start tightening the SES down. All right, that's tight enough. Before we get the grips on, we'll just make sure everything's tight. Kind of do a dial test. That sounds fantastic. Super solid right off the bat, feels like a good weight. Yeah, I'm excited. This is definitely gonna be the best scooter I've ever had. Love the way it's looking so far. I really like the cutouts, just how everything goes well together. It's awesome. The titanium bars just stand out really well. There's a few ways to put on grips. If you have zip ties, that's the easiest way to do it. If you don't, you might just have to struggle with it. So we'll just struggle with it. So we are just using a little bit of water. Hopefully that does the trick. Bar ends will need some tapping. Alright, we'll get some water on the other grip. Last thing we need to do is the grip tape. And you want to start from the middle. So I'm going to put a crease where I want it to end, and then one more crease right by the brake. That's where you're going to cut. I am dealing with tooth pain. I got all 4 of my wisdom teeth removed. I'm in a lot of pain. I did go a little bit past the brake on purpose so I can get just a little bit more grip when my feet are slanted. Next thing you want to do is grind the edge. And just start slicing it down. So my experience was great. I like the scooter a lot. I really like how all the colors came out. Just the black bottom and then the silver and the gum. Stoked about how solid it is. Quick sound test. It's solid. It's not rattly. I will do a couple tricks. Feels pretty solid.